If you drive a petrol car built before 2023, you might be noticing a sudden drop in mileage, sluggish acceleration, or violent engine sputtering. These mechanical failures often trace back to an invisible chemical change sitting at almost every petrol pump in India. That change is E20 Petrol, a fuel blend consisting of 80% traditional petrol and 20% ethanol. The government is pushing this specific blend to solve two problems: cutting down reliance on expensive imported crude oil and aggressively reducing urban air pollution. Ethanol is an alcohol derived from agricultural products. It relies heavily on local farming, specifically crops like raw sugarcane and corn. E20 addresses macroeconomic and environmental goals, but pumping it into an older car is like trying to run modern software on vintage hardware. The chemistry and the mechanical engineering are physically incompatible. We can break down the damage E20 causes into three distinct strikes. Strike 1 happens right inside the combustion chamber due to lower energy density. Pure ethanol contains 30% less combustible energy than an equal volume of pure petrol. Older engine control units were not programmed for this weaker mixture. To keep power output flat, the engine must draw in significantly more fuel. Because the engine burns more fuel just to achieve the exact same speed, your mileage drops by 5 to 7%, and the acceleration feels noticeably sluggish. Strike 2 moves the problem from engine performance to the physical plumbing of the car. Ethanol is a highly effective corrosive solvent. As it flows through a pre-2023 vehicle, it actively attacks and hardens the older rubber hoses, O-rings, and plastic components that were engineered exclusively for pure petrol. E20 does dual damage. It costs you more money at the fuel pump through lost mileage, while silently melting the fuel system from the inside out. The third and most dangerous property of ethanol is hygroscopy. Being hygroscopic means ethanol acts like a sponge. If you leave a vehicle sitting with a half-empty tank, the ethanol actively absorbs moisture and water vapor directly from the air inside the tank. This shows phase separation. When ethanol becomes fully saturated with water, it gets heavy, detaches from the petrol, and sinks. The fuel pump at the bottom bypasses combustible petrol, sucking up this highly corrosive water and ethanol mixture instead. Parking an older car with a partially empty tank of E20 creates a ticking time bomb. The engine pulls in water, leading to severe internal rust, stalling, and total engine seizure. E20 does not mean your pre-2023 car is ready for the scrapyard. You just need to abandon the old fill-it-and-forget-it mindset and adapt. You can counter the performance drop by tweaking how you drive. Accelerate smoothly, avoid lugging the engine at low RPMs, and maintain perfect tire pressure to offset the mileage penalty. To fight the solvent effect, use aftermarket ethanol protector additives to coat your fuel lines. You also need to replace fuel filters twice as often, since they will quickly clog with the dissolved rubber that ethanol strips from the tank. To prevent phase separation and keep water out of your engine, never leave the tank sitting half-empty. Keep it consistently over 50% full to eliminate vapor space, and park in the shade to reduce condensation. If you drive more than 10,000 kilometers a year and want to escape the chemistry of E20 altogether, you can bypass the liquid fuel system by retrofitting a CNG kit. CNG is a dry gas. It completely avoids the moisture absorption, the dissolving plastics, and the energy density drop of ethanol blends. E20 Petrol is a permanent fixture in the Indian automotive landscape. But by understanding the chemistry in the tank, you can outsmart the fuel, protect your older engine, and keep it on the road for years to come.